When you hear hacking, the image that pops into your head might be someone cloaked in shadows in a dark room typing furiously at a computer. They're often portrayed wearing a stereotypical hacker hoodie, lost in lines of code. But the reality of website hacking is less about dramatic visuals and more about meticulous investigation. It's really about finding hidden weaknesses, those subtle flaws that can be exploited. These weaknesses are like an unlocked door, a forgotten key carelessly left under the mat, or an open lock on a treasure chest. Hackers meticulously look for these weak spots, these vulnerabilities in the very foundation of how websites are built, examining the underlying code with a keen eye. To understand this better, think of a website as a house. It has doors, representing login pages and access points. It also has windows, which are the various interfaces and features users interact with. And of course, it holds valuables inside sensitive data, user information, and other critical assets. Hacking in this context is the act of getting inside this digital house without permission, bypassing security measures. Sometimes the goal is simply to look around, to explore the inner workings and identify potential vulnerabilities, a process known as reconnaissance. Other times, the intent is more malicious, to steal valuable data, deface the website with a message, or cause disruption. The specific methods and techniques that hackers employ are called exploits. Exploits are essentially ways to take advantage of mistakes in the website's code or configuration. For example, a web exploit is like knowing a secret code, a hidden combination that unlocks something it shouldn't. Think of it as knowing the secret sequence to press on a vending machine to get free snacks. In the digital world, these exploits are special tricks, clever, cyber techniques. They let someone do things on a website that they shouldn't be able to do, actions that are normally forbidden. Ultimately, it all comes down to finding and using a weakness, identifying a vulnerability that can be leveraged. This isn't magic, it's skill, technical expertise honed through study and practice. Hackers meticulously study how websites work, dissecting the code and analyzing the architecture. They're looking for thin walls, rusty locks, or any architectural flaws in the blueprint that they can exploit. By understanding these weak spots, you can learn to build stronger, more secure websites, fortifying your digital defenses. This guide will show you the most common vulnerabilities, the typical mistakes that developers make. The goal is to empower you to be a builder, constructing secure systems, not a breaker, tearing them down. Website security is fundamentally about knowing where things can go wrong, identifying potential problems before they become real threats. And crucially, it's about knowing how to fix those problems, implementing security patches, and using the right repair tools. The more you know about these vulnerabilities and how to address them, the better equipped you'll be to protect your digital house from harm. So, let's get started on this journey by exploring why hackers target websites in the first place, understanding their motivations and the potential impact of their actions. Ever wondered why someone would dedicate their time and energy to hacking a website? What's the motivation behind these digital intrusions? The answer is multifaceted: information, control, and sometimes just the thrill of the challenge. For some, it's the digital equivalent of scaling a mountain. Websites store valuable data. They are veritable goldmines of information. This includes names, addresses, and even sensitive financial data like credit card numbers. For hackers, that's treasure, ripe for the taking and exploitation. Some want to take over a site completely, gaining administrative control. They might then use its reputation to send spam, host illegal files, or spread malware. Others hack to make a statement, to broadcast a message or cause. This is called hacktivism, a form of digital protest with real-world implications. For some, it's about the challenge, the intellectual stimulation. Breaking into a secure system is like solving a tough puzzle, a test of skill and ingenuity. And then there are those who just want to cause chaos and disruption, pure digital vandalism. This could involve deleting pages, changing images to deface the site, or shutting a site down completely just for fun or to prove a point. Each motive shapes the kind of attack a website might face, influencing the methods and targets. Understanding these motives helps you anticipate and defend against different threats, allowing for more effective security planning. It's important to remember that not every hacker is after money. Sometimes it's about power, protest, or simply proving a point about a system's vulnerabilities. The more valuable or visible your website, the more likely it is to be targeted by malicious actors. But even small sites aren't safe from these threats. No one is truly immune. Automated attacks scan the whole internet, relentlessly searching for easy targets and known vulnerabilities. Hackers don't always need a specific reason to target a site. Sometimes breaking things and causing disruption is the only goal they have in mind. That's why every website, big or small, needs robust protection against these ever-present threats. Knowing what motivates hackers is the first and most crucial step to keeping them out of your systems. Next, let's delve into what makes a website vulnerable in the first place. Exploring common security holes. The more you understand the attacker's mindset and their potential strategies, the better equipped you'll be to defend your site effectively. So let's break down the most common weak spots that hackers exploit to gain unauthorized access. What makes a website hackable? It's all about vulnerabilities, cracks in the digital walls. These flaws can be in the code, the software, or just simple human mistakes. The more complex a website, the more chances for something to go wrong. Outdated software is a huge risk. If you don't patch security holes, hackers will find them. Even a tiny coding error can be a welcome mat for attackers. Human error is often the easiest way in, like using 123,456 inches as a password or leaving sensitive files exposed. No matter how strong your security, one careless mistake can open the door. Hackers look for these oversights, not just technical flaws. A forgotten update or a weak password can be all it takes. Protecting a website means fixing both the technical and the human weak spots. Regular updates and smart habits are your first line of defense. The best security is a mix of strong code and careful people. Next, let's look at some of the most common exploits hackers use. Understanding vulnerabilities is the key to stopping attacks before they start. SQL Injection is one of the oldest and most dangerous web exploits. Websites use databases to store information, like a giant digital filing cabinet. Hackers sneak their own commands into input fields, tricking the website into giving up data or access. For example, a login form might be fooled into letting someone in as an admin without a password. This attack targets the brain of the website, its database. If successful, hackers can steal, change, or delete massive amounts of data. The root cause? The website doesn't properly check what users type into forms. Preventing SQL injection means validating and sanitizing all user input. It's a simple fix, but one that's often overlooked. Secure coding practices can stop this attack cold. Next, let's see how hackers can target users directly with cross-site scripting. Cross-site scripting, or XS, targets users instead of the website itself. Hackers inject malicious code, usually JavaScript, into places like comment sections. When another user visits the page, their browser runs the hacker's code without warning. This code can steal login cookies, redirect users, or hijack accounts. The danger? It uses a trusted website to attack its own visitors. If a site doesn't clean up user-submitted content, it's vulnerable. Developers must sanitize all input before displaying it to others. XSS turns a website into a puppet for the attacker. Protecting users means scrubbing out any dangerous code before it appears on the page. Even a small oversight can put every visitor at risk. Let's move on to one of the simplest yet most common vulnerabilities: weak passwords. Weak passwords are like leaving your front door wide open. Short, simple, or common passwords are easy for hackers to guess, often in seconds. Automated tools can try thousands of passwords in moments. Using personal info, like your name or birthday, makes it even easier. Hackers use brute force and dictionary attacks to crack weak passwords fast. Reusing passwords across sites is a huge risk. One breach can lead to many. Strong passwords are long, unique, and use a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Never use the same password twice. Password managers can help you keep track of strong, unique passwords. Protecting your accounts starts with better password habits. Now let's talk about the good guys, ethical hackers. In the world of cybersecurity, the term hacker often conjures images of shadowy figures and malicious intent. But it's important to understand that not all hackers are villains. In fact, some are the heroes of cybersecurity, working tirelessly to protect our digital world from those with harmful intentions. Ethical hackers, also known as white hats, are skilled professionals who use their expertise to help companies find and fix weaknesses in their systems before malicious actors can exploit them. They are the digital world's equivalent of quality control, constantly testing and improving security measures. They have explicit permission to test systems, operating within a legal and ethical framework. It's just like a bank hiring a safe cracker to check its vault, identifying vulnerabilities before a real thief can take advantage. Their job is to break in, to simulate real-world attacks in a controlled environment. Then, They meticulously report exactly how they did it, documenting every step and vulnerability they exploited. This detailed report allows the company to patch those holes, so the real bad guys can't get in and cause damage. Ethical hacking is proactive security, a preventative measure that strengthens defenses. It's about finding problems before attackers do, identifying potential risks before they become real threats. They use the same tools as malicious hackers, employing a wide range of techniques to uncover vulnerabilities. But their ultimate goal is to make systems safer, more resilient, and better protected against cyber attacks. This work is crucial for protecting user data, safeguarding sensitive information, and preserving company reputations. The key difference is permission. It's the foundation of ethical hacking. Testing without it is illegal, a serious offense, no matter your intentions or perceived justification. Ethical hackers play a vital role in helping build a safer internet for everyone, contributing to a more secure digital landscape. It's a career that turns hacking skills into a force for good, channeling technical expertise towards positive outcomes. Always remember this crucial distinction. Hacking without permission is breaking the law, plain and simple. Learning these skills comes with responsibility, a moral obligation to use them wisely. Use your knowledge to protect, to defend, not to harm or exploit. The line between ethical and illegal hacking is clear and unwavering. Always, without exception, get explicit permission before testing any system. Security is everyone's job, a shared responsibility in the digital age, but ethical hackers lead the way, setting the standard for responsible and effective cybersecurity practices. Now let's delve deeper and see how to build stronger defenses from the very start, implementing robust security measures from the ground up. Protecting websites starts with smart habits and secure coding. Always keep software, plugins, and themes up to date. Patches fix known vulnerabilities. Validate and sanitize all user input to block SQL injection and XSS. Only accept the type of data you expect. Never trust what users type. Strip out any dangerous code before displaying user content. Require strong passwords and encourage two-factor authentication for extra security. Two-factor authentication adds a second lock, like a code sent to your phone. Even if a password is stolen, accounts stay protected. Security isn't a one-time fix, it's an ongoing process. Regularly review and update your defenses. The best websites are built with security in mind from day one. Let's wrap up with why this knowledge matters for everyone. Learning about hacking isn't about breaking things. It's about building stronger defenses. You can't protect a castle if you don't know where the weak spots are. Understanding exploits helps you think like an attacker and stay one step ahead. Every new threat makes developers better at their jobs. Cybersecurity is a race between attackers and defenders. This knowledge is essential for anyone in tech, developers, admins, or security pros. Building something that works is only half the job. It also has to withstand attacks. Don't fear hacking. Use it as a tool to learn and improve. The more people understand web security, the safer everyone will be. Protecting your own data and your users is everyone's responsibility. Use your knowledge ethically and constructively. Together, we can make the internet a safer place for all.